Hi, Dave. It's Alicia calling from NYC about Hannah Brown's new book coming out. I've never had interest in reading any of the past Bachelor, Bachelorette people's books, but this one I am here for. Hannah Brown was my favorite Bachelorette. She knocked some other people off, so I'm really excited. Just had to tell you, I'm super excited about this book. I love Hannah Brown.
Hey, Dave, it's Diana, first-time caller. Many months of listening already. Quick question about the Hannah Ann and Peter. Kind of want your opinion. So Hannah Ann is the one that decided to kind of tell her all. If Pilot Peter would have initiated that and kind of spoke on it first, do you think we would be in uproar compared to giving a little grace to Hannah? Kind of want your thoughts. Thanks. You're awesome.
Hi, Dave. This is Madison calling from Colorado. Commenting on the Peter drama. As fun as it is to listen to people kind of make fun of Peter and all his poor decisions, I think people forget how it's naturally going to happen when you put a 20-something guy around 30 women. I feel like it's very difficult to make that decision. And I also feel like there's some, obviously, I think we all knew when his season started that he did still have those feelings for Hannah Brown. I don't know. I just think he was kind of a mess and still hung up on Hannah, but who knows? All right. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello everybody. We're doing a 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time live stream. Shout out to friends in Switzerland, Israel, the East Coast, Florida, Canada, and wherever else is watching. How are you guys doing today? I wanted to make a dedicated live stream to the full timeline of the, are you ready for this? Hannah Brown book, Peter Weber book, Madison Proer book, Kelly Flanagan Instagram story. Who am I missing? There's a lot of people to talk about here. We'll get into all of it. I am going to have to back up the tea. So I'm just going to ask if the tea could come in just a little bit. Now, I understand about 10 people told me that their dogs get really annoyed when I play the tea truck button, but I can't help it. If the tea's backing in, we just need to do it. I'm going to try to keep the volume pretty low on that. All right, folks. So my phone lines are open, 401-213-9828. You guys can call in. I'm not really sure how long this live stream is going to be. Hello, L. Thomas says first time checking in on the live stream. Good to see everyone else. Deborah Hill, bon soirée. Deborah says, j'ai dit bon soirée à toi aussi. J'espère que tu vas une bonne live stream aujourd'hui avec moi. I don't know if I said anything there, but please don't correct me. All right, we'll get right into it. Oh, some compliments on my Aloe hat. Thank you so much. Not a sponsor. Everyone's like, oh, Dave, is Aloe a sponsor? No, I just got a nice hat. I like when I get a new hat, you know? Just fits nice, and then that's what it is. All right, K-Day Good checking in from North Carolina. Good to see you. We're going to wait for the chat to populate, so do me a favor. Tap your finger gently onto that like button or whatever other body parts it takes. Hit it with your wand. Hit it with, do whatever you got to do. I don't really care. I'm not going to judge you. Take your kid and just gently, take the kid's foot and put it right on there. Okay. All right. So, yeah, there's a lot to get into. We're going to get into all of it. We're just going to go right down the list, and I'll play your voicemails and hear what you have to say about things.
Hey, Dave. I wonder who Barb's rooting for, Hannah Brown or Hannah Ann? Bye.
I would say Barb would be rooting for... you think Hannah Brown. It seemed like Hannah Ann. That's a good question. At this point, I think Barb's rooting for Peter. I think that's all she's rooting for. Corinne checking in from Minnesota. Good to see you. Christiane Johnson from Chicago. Good to see you guys on this earlier chat. I'd like to make these 2 p.m. live streams work better. They fit better into my schedule as a 4 p.m. When I do a 4 p.m. live stream, it gets over right at rush hour, and then I got to go into traffic if I'm doing stand-up or whatever. But this will work out for me. New York City, I've got a show coming up, I believe, Tuesday night, the last Tuesday of November. That might be the 30th. And I'm going to be booking probably one more show in New York City. So stay tuned for that. And then, of course, you're going to see Disney World Dave. I'll be coming to you guys. And I also just finished editing the San Pedro Belize vlog. So if you want to see with the Belizean bad boy in action, this is the vlog to see it. You're going to see the vlog where the Belizean bad boy really took root, and that's going to be coming out on Tasha's YouTube channel, Tasha Courtney. The travel content will be on her channel moving forward, and I'll have the Vlogmas channel, which I will share with you guys as we're just waiting a couple more minutes for the chat to populate as we keep on growing in size. So hang in there. We will get to the full timeline in just a couple of minutes, like within 5 minutes, guys. We'll get right to it. And we're going to share all that. Bachelor Data did the Lord's work, as we all know, in compiling. Let me ask you guys a question. Is anyone else's Instagram down? Or is it just me? Am I the only one that has Instagram down? Somebody go check for me right now. There was a glitch earlier today with Instagram, and I sort of feel like it's not working. Now, it might just be me. I'm literally not being able to pull it up on my page right now, which is okay. We'll be able to pull this data off from the World Wide Webs on Reddit. But yeah, my Instagram is down. No, not opening. And maybe it's just the desktop version of it. Not really sure. Go to some more comments. If you guys want, now is your chance to leave a voicemail. 401-213-9828. Please leave a voicemail. And we're going to pretty much get into it. This graph, this chart right here of the owner of the WWE, Vince McMahon, pretty much explains exactly what went down. Me finding out Hannah and Pilot Pete slept together. Okay. Me finding out Hannah didn't tell Pilot Pete before the book came out. I'm listening. Me finding out Pilot Pete brought her home to Barb. Keep going. Me finding out Barb made pancakes for Pilot Pete and Hannah. Oh, righty then. And at that point, it's like, can we just fully get the, I'm trying to get the reach here. You know, like at that point, it's like, okay, we've got it all. Just put it on the ground and then sign the package so they know that we got the delivery. The tea has arrived, folks. The tea has arrived. Terry says she was on Instagram 10 minutes ago and it was okay. I'd like to hear from anybody else. Is your Instagram fine? Mine's not working on my... I have a full dead Instagram happening right now on my web browser. And earlier, just an hour ago, Deborah says Instagram's fine in Switzerland. All right, well, you got universal healthcare and unlimited bandwidth. All right, folks. Hello, Daenerys Targaryen has arrived from, I believe, is it Game of Thrones? Is that where you're coming from? Other people say their Instagram's fine. Well, I guess it must just be the Instagram. Either way, I wanted to show you guys some photo evidence of some Christmas packages that arrived. I just started the process of Vlogmas, which will be 24 straight days of Christmas-themed vlogs. Hey, maybe we'll throw Hanukkah in there and other, hey, we'll do a day of Kwanzaa. We'll do the whole shebang, right, folks? The idea about Christmas and other holiday themed the holidays in December are all about giving. There's other holidays, President's Day, buy a car, this holiday, do that. Christmas is all about giving. I'm going to share this with you guys real quick, but I'm not going to give you the URL. This is what's going down. And again, I haven't edited this yet. I'm just sharing this with you right now. We're going to raise $10,000 for kids, so that they in underserved communities across the country, we can get kids toys and other supplies that they need. This is a charity that the more I read about it, the more excited I was. It's Marines Toy for Tots. They are fully vetted across the Better Business Bureau and other charitable ways to fund expenditure. 97.3 go to the programs, directly to the kids. So obviously they have overhead fundraising, things like that, but they're a charity that's been around for a long time. I'm going to talk more about this charity later on, but we're going to rate, not only are we going to raise $10,000, we're going to crush that. Okay. We're going to crush that $10,000. I don't know what we're going to get to, but it's going to be good. And I'm going to share daily updates during Vlogmas. I'm also going to be asking members of the Bachelor community to call in and let me know their favorite gift growing up. And I will ask you guys the same thing. We'll have a hashtag going. Keep it on the back burner. This is post-Thanksgiving, things that are going to be going on. Okay? This is going to be good. This is going to be a very big deal. And we're all going to be very happy to see the growth that comes from all of our charity put together. All right, so let's get right into it. Moon Bunny says, my school growing up always donated to Toys for Tots. Great organization. And yeah, I don't even know how the Marines Toys for Tots differs from Toys for Tots because I believe they are connected in one way or another. But either way, what I like about this charity is that while I could say, all right, all the toys will go to kids in South Central Florida, Los Angeles, I'm not doing that. They're going to be spread out amongst different communities where they are needed the most. So you might give $20 or $100 or $5, whatever your donation is, and my donation, whatever that is, it'll be spread out. So don't feel like you're helping, places you don't want to help. It's just going to go to, we're going to socialize the toy giving. Okay, folks. So it's going to be great. And all right, let's get right into this story that we have here. Actually, you know what? Right before we do, here's the shout out I'm going to give to, am I missing something? Hold on one second. A shout out to all of my new Patreon members. Hadassah, Julianne, Sarah, two Sarahs, Peggy, Gina, Eobi, and Alicia. Thank you guys so much for joining the Patreon. You're getting private live streams usually every Saturday, although we switched that up. And then other exclusive content like this past Monday, I showed with you guys my stand-up set from the Improv, which was a ton of fun. It was actually a very pivotal night for my comedy career. I can't get into the specifics, but you know what? I'll say this. I'll tell you this, and then after this, we'll get going, okay? So hit the like button if you haven't already. As soon as I did this set at the Hollywood Improv, a very famous stand-up comedy club that has had Robin Williams and everyone that's ever been anybody, Adam Sandler, all the best comedians in the world have graced this stage. It's always good to get up there. We had at least 3 of you guys came to the show, sat front row. It was so great to see you guys in the audience. Some of you guys that have seen me now at multiple shows, and I truly appreciate you, and I never forget a face. So you guys came out, and after my set, I found out from somebody who works at the club that there's going to be I would say famous, and I'm just telling you guys this on the live stream. Don't mess this up for me. A famous alumni of Bachelor is going to be performing because they are releasing some literature. And I will be there as the opening comedian for their, what I'm assuming is going to be sold out performance. And then possibly, if things work out right, I may be moderating that talk, that 45-minute conversation. And boy, do I have a lot of questions to ask. I will get into all of that, and I will share that all with you. That'll be coming up in December, so just stick tight. There'll be more coming. Corinne says, I need to join the Patreon. What do? You just go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. All right, yeah, Deborah Hill. Fun, right? Fun stuff. You know, I've been, my biggest concern if I do moderate this will be to not be so self-centered. It's hard. I do a channel where I talk the whole time. I have to remember to let the other person share their info while also getting an audience of several hundred people involved and make them feel like they're sitting down in the chair next to me. You guys have helped provide me with that muscle to try my best, at least. I can't always say I succeed. To try my best to make it feel like each one of you in Oregon, what's up, Bruce? In Game of Thrones territory, Daenerys, in Arizona, in Switzerland, in Israel, to make it feel like you guys are sitting either right next to me or right across the table from me. So cheers to you guys, and thank you all so much for all of your support. It's meant the world to me. It really has. All right, so let's get in. And at the end of this live stream, I'm going to share the Tasha story. She doesn't have a ring on, okay? We're not going to make a big deal about it, but we'll talk about it. So we'll get right into this Pilot Pete, Hannah Brown situation. Kudos to Bachelor Data. I tried to get her to call in, but she's actually busy right now. She gave a fantastic breakdown. As soon as this information came out, whenever a big story drops in Bachelor Nation, everyone goes to Bachelor Data. Her name's Susanna. Call her Bachelor Data or Susanna or Susanna. She said you can call her either. And she provides us such a beautiful visualization of what's going on in our brain. You know, so often we have all the information in our brain, but it's so hard to get it from brain to paper where we can see things. And actually, one of the tips for stand-up comedy and for any sort of storytelling that you might have, that you might need to tell a story or you might need to memorize a speech for a class or whatever it may be, the brain is so visual, it can pull, it can, remember things visually way better than we think. So for stand-up, if I'm trying to tell a story of a joke, I'm looking at a joke as it's written on a wall. I'm looking at it in my head as the joke's written, and I'm visualizing what my brain sees and trying to explain that to the audience. And Bachelor Data does such a good job of bringing real-life information, evidence that... statistics that come both quantitative and qualitative. It's a little easier to have quantitative statistics. X amount of followers were lost on this day. Quantitative. And then there's qualitative, which is like, how much screen time did someone get? Maybe Bachelor Data would argue that is quantitative, but the point is there a little bit of subjectivity, but she brings such great information. Hannah Brown didn't warn Peter Weber. She reveals their secret Bachelor hookup in new book. So let's go through these slides and just go from the beginning to the end of what we know, what Kelly Flanagan has to say, what Madison Pruitt is saying. Everyone's talking, some more than others. So between May and June, Hannah's season premiere on ABC. Her finale, she breaks up with Tyler, and first of all, she breaks up with Tyler, then Pete, then gets engaged to Jed, and then breaks it off with Jed because he's got a Kibble and Bits commercial. Jed's now in a happy relationship. Tip your cap off to Jed for whatever reason. He's survived this mess, or maybe he didn't, but I think people are kind of over him. He's moved on. July 31st, so Hannah hits 2 million followers, which is absurd. It's unheard of. It's very hard for a Bachelor in today's world, just 2 years later, to even hit 1 million followers, right? So she hits 2 million. She breaks up and then says, hey, Tyler, let's get drinks. Remember that moment? That was the big moment. That actually, I think from this photo here, that was the same after the final rose with Pilot Pete, but it was from that photo where she said, let's get drinks to Tyler. And August 2nd, Tyler is spotted leaving Hannah's apartment. So clearly they hung out. Maybe they bumped Harrison's. Maybe they teed each other's Tayshas. Maybe they flicked a Bristow. Who really knows? Hold on. Oh, sorry, that's someone else. I just got a message. I thought it was Bachelor Data. Tyler, so that was on August 2nd. August 4th, 48 hours later, Tyler is spotted with global superstar Gigi Hadid. Let's just see for our own reference here how many followers Gigi Hadid has. I'm going to guess like 40 million. 71 million. So we're making a big deal that Hannah's got 2 million. 71 million is larger than most countries, right? That's got to be bigger than Canada, right? 71 million people is just absurd. It's 20% of the United States of America. Peter's season begins. Okay, so Tyler then hits 2 million followers August 5th, 2019. Can you remember, this is only months before, it feels like 20 years ago. This is only months before the pandemic, the world shuts down. So in August of 2019, Peter and Kelly meet prior to Peter's season at a party. I heard, it was like a wedding. They met in an atrium or somewhere. I never thought Kelly was going to be a serious contender. She came on the show after having met him. It kind of read like fangirl to me. That's just how it read. Nothing to do with her, just kind of the whole background. So Peter's season begins filming September 2019. September 2019, Hannah crashes a date on Peter's season. Lots of tears. Here's what we know. She was on Dancing with the Stars. She couldn't go on the show for as a full-time person, even though Peter thought she might have. Peter said he would have quit the show for her. She said that in her book. He confirmed it in the podcast. He says, I'll jump on a plane and we'll get out of here, which is probably why, because this happened, they started maybe having backup plans ready. So when Claire's season started, they were like, hey, Tayshia, get ready, get loose in the bullpen. You know what I mean? Get warm out there. Start shaving the old bush. You know what I mean? Pete, that is, not her. Men shave their bush too, right? Equality. Men shave their bush. Men shave their bush. Men. Okay. Hannah crashes a date, so that happened. I thought they were going to kiss. I don't know about you guys, but I for sure thought they were about to kiss. Didn't happen. Tyler and, Gigi Hadid break up October 3rd. Is that pertinent to the timeline? It's good to have it on the timeline. Sometimes, I'm not a detective, I'm not Detective Dave over here, but if I were, it's good to just put things on the timeline, and then you can start to see if there's some sort of through line, something happening there. So, Hannah had mentioned in her book coming out this week, or at least pre-order-wise, I believe, that she was shocked that, her and Tyler, that something bigger didn't happen. But of course, he was destined to Flip boy himself. And why not? So Hannah and Tyler see each other at People's Choice Award, right? Then Peter's season filming wraps. Hannah finds out, this is supposed to be, is this November 2020? This is supposed to be November 2019. Susanna had mentioned, she obviously put this together with so much detail, and there was a couple of mistakes, but it's like we give her the grace because this is pretty fantastic. Derek asked why the collar on my jacket is down. I am sorry, Derek. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't even know what happened there, Boy, really stiff, starchy denim jacket right there. I'm like the Dracula of denim. Like, like the like button an odd number of times. 1, 3, 7, 9. Okay, all right. That's probably a little too inside baseball. Peter's season premieres, and then right out. So Hannah and Peter saw each other like, oh, we still got feels. But then Peter's like, I'm going on the show. I'm making $100,000. So he goes on the show, January 2020. Oh, Terry with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. She says, thank you for all your hard work keeping us informed. Sure thing, Terry. Carmen says, are you wearing a Canadian tux? Technically, I'm not because I'm wearing sweatpants. And if I was wearing a Canadian tux, that would be jeans too. I'm just wearing a Canadian sports jacket. I think it's called right there. 1, 2, an odd number of times. Hit the subscribe button. All right. Harry Potter wand right here, folks. Right there. Gonna bring it to Harry Potter universe with me next week. Don't think I'm not gonna. If there's any breaking news while I'm at Harry Potter universe, expect a breaking news story from the house of whatever it is. I'll be doing some breaking news in a robe. I look like a failed magician. Here we are. So Hannah and so Peter's season premieres, which means he's already done filming, right? He's done filming. Then he breaks up with Hannah and Sluss. They break, and oh boy, you thought the pandemic was busy for you. You were like, oh, I can't find paper towels. Oh, my bum doesn't have 2-ply toilet paper. Meanwhile, Peter over here is just dropping off the kids at drama school. What the hell? I mean, they didn't have, it's like, whoa, you got TikTok, Instagram, ladies, blondes, brunettes, lobbies, mom's house, fornication. Can we get this guy a, STD check here? What's going? Peter and Kelly run into each other at the Super Bowl. Boy, what does that mean? 59? Jeez, what is that? What's LIV? Anyway, live. He's certainly been living. Parts of him living more than others, if you know what I mean. So then they they meet up, and then February 6th, days later, Kelly and Peter spotted at a club together. So clearly they smashed principles. They were in a principal discussion in a legal contract, may or may not have been signed. They signed on the dotted line. He dotted the line all right. Hannah and Peter hook up later that month. So notice the one part of the month where there's nothing going on is Valentine's Day. He's like, listen, I may be a flip boy, but I'm not going to waste any time on February 13th bumping Harrison's with someone the day before Valentine's Day. I'm not getting stuck into that game. Oh, Megan East with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Bruce says LIV is Super Bowl 54. Oh, that makes sense. L is the 50, V is the 5, and I is the 1 less than 5. All right. Hannah and Peter hook up after seeing each other at Hannah G's party. So they didn't just see each other at Hannah G's party, and also Pilot Pete mentioned producers were like, you're not going to her party. And he's like, come on, Dad, please. And like, no. And he's like, oh, mow the lawn. No. And he's like, well, I'll be good. And they're like, fine, if you're good. And by good, Pilot Pete brought Hannah back to his parents and smashed. So she stays at a in the brother's room or whatever. I'm guessing it's a guest room. And then he texts her like, "Hey, what's going on over there? Come on." He's like, "Come tuck me in," whatever. You ever have boy, the single days, you'd have the worst pickup lines, but they would still work. You'd be like, "Hey, can you read me a bedtime story?" And she's like, "I'll read you a bedtime story." And then it turns out that bedtime story was read, and they turned the page on their relationship in more ways than one. All right, Tyler, is this my Mona Lisa? I'm not sure. So then Tyler Cameron's mother passes away. And by the way, as a side note, if you guys watch the footage of Tyler Cameron and Matt James hugging Tyler Cameron's dad at the finish line of the marathon in the same spot his mom was just a year earlier. It was both a sad and yet beautiful moment in visualization of father-son love and friendship too, because Matt James was a part of it. Katie Strife says, it seems so weird to me that Hannah was cool sleeping over at Barb's house. Well, you got to understand, they live in like a very nice community, $1 million home. I'm sure it's one of those things. It's like they probably had a few drinks. She drives back with him, and, they let bygones be bygones, and they, by golly, did they bygone, I mean, apparently the sex wasn't that good because they both were like, it wasn't that good. And it's like, how good of a sex are you going to have? Because, parents, the beds, let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something about parents' houses. Parents, they just don't understand the bed frames in parents' houses. Do they specifically try to make them the squeakiest things in the world? You ever try to have sex when you're at the parents' house and it's just like, and the house is always like the quietest place in the world. It's like the lawnmower's never on when you need it. The dishwasher machine's never. It's like, can we get the tumble dry on? Here's what you got to do. You want to have sex at your lady's or your man's parents' house. Here's what you have to do. You have to accidentally step in a bunch of puddles, and then that way you set up a lie. Now stick with me. And then you step in a bunch of puddles. And if there are no puddles, turn the hoses on. Make your shoes wet. Then you get to the parents' house and you're like, I'm so sorry, my shoes are like soaking wet. Can we put them in the dryer? And then you put them in the dryer, and then the dryer is just like, and then you add a couple belts and like you add your rice shaker in there. You just get the dryer. You put a wand in there, it's making noise, and then the dryer's making noise, and then you get a few minutes to make some coitus. That's how you do it. You're welcome. If anyone finds that advice useful, you may super chat me in spare time. So and by the way, if you're ever going to go stay at someone's parents' house, bring some WD-40, just put it on all the joints, because I tell you what, those bed frames are set up to tattletale on you. No one cock blocks like the bed frame at a parent's house. Corinne Bunderman, we have breaking news here, just joined the Patreon. Thank you so much, Corinne Bunderman. Boy, I love the name Bunderman, but I assume you got teased a lot growing up. That's a beautiful, and yet I don't know why Bunderman. You probably have a nice butt. I feel like dentists statistically are named Dennis the dentist, and with the name Bunderman, you got to be like Corinne Good Bum Bunderman, right? Anyway. Like Daenerys says, must have been good back in the windmill, though. How did he not bring it? Yeah, the windmill. You got the sound of the... You can like time the thrust to the sound of the windmill. All that good stuff. Either way, I think I'm digressing into a dangerous place here. But hey, a boy can dream and chat about how I would, have sustainable energy, if you know what I mean. Red Bull gives you wings. Windmills keep them flying. Darlene says he probably had a curfew and had to get home to mommy. I mean, and also Calabasas, people don't understand in Los Angeles, everything's an hour and a half away from each other. Calabasas is far away. It is not near wherever they were. Bruce is going to go build a windmill. Go for it, Bruce. You got my support. So anyway, we're only halfway through the timeline. They hook up after the party, and then days later, Tyler Cameron's mom passed away. Hannah spotted in Jupiter, Florida with Tyler. So Hannah ends up in Jupiter, Florida right as the pandemic's hitting, and then Pilot Pete's season finale is days later. So at this point, Hannah knows it ain't going to happen with Pilot Pete. Pilot Pete has already been, and this is probably the biggest point of contention for maybe Kelly Flanagan, is that Pilot Pete is no longer with Hannah Ann Sluss. And weeks earlier, and a lot can happen in a few weeks, you know what I mean? I'm not blaming him for this. A lot can happen. But weeks earlier, he was, head of the class with Kelly Flanagan. So in February, we've got Kelly Flanagan, who's, I don't know, they hooked back up. She was living in Chicago. He's in New York. Maybe they still had plans to see each other. It wasn't official. We were on a break, whatever they were doing. And again, she was also like 5th place on his season, so there's got to be some turmoil there for her. Although, didn't she eliminate herself? Either way, the show didn't work out for her personality type, if you know. Nancy Mayhew says, why is my son wanting to dry his sneakers? Yeah, if your son wants to turn your dryer into a Coinstar factory with sneakers and a bunch of change, something's going on. Promiscuous Pete, says Kate. So you guys are hilarious, by the way. You really bring it. So Peter's season finale is on the 10th. Maddie and Peter break up on March 13th. So I guess Madison and Peter got back together. I guess we don't really know. Let's see here. Madison and Peter reunite via production. So, and again, a lot of people are assuming this was production's doing because Peter was like surprised. Do you remember that? They reunited and Peter was like, hey! It was like when you're pretending to be happy to see someone. It's like, you ever get surprised by someone that you're like, maybe you read the room wrong. I didn't want to see you. So he's like, hey, how are you? And he's like, dang, Jesus, Jesus is like, I'm going to get my lady some more stage time. And stage time she received on the altar of love. So they got back together and broke up within moments. Maddie and they break up days later. Tyler picks up Hannah at the airport on March 14th. March 17th, the Quarantine Crew TikTok debut, and that's when they went into like some sort of quarantine house arrest. Kelly and Peter spotted in Chicago March 26th. So at this point, he's gone. So Kelly basically, as far as sandwiches go, is the bread, and because she was in the sandwich between Kelly. Kelly bookended the beginning of February and the end of March, and in between that, we had a Hannah Brown incident, if you will, and a Madison Pruitt incident. Hannah confirms she's single on April 14th. April 2nd, Matt confirms Hannah left Florida and returned to Alabama. So their quarantine crew was only for a few weeks. Isn't that funny to think back then? We were like, all right, we just need a quarantine for a week and then we'll go back to normal. And it's like, says who? Us Weekly announces Peter and Kelly are dating. So they're officially back together. And then days later, Peter and Barb make it Instagram official. So Peter and Barb, I guess, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I appreciate the knowledge. Kelly makes it Instagram official on May 12th. May 15th, Hannah uses the racial slur on Instagram Live. For whatever reason, she was so lucky that happened during a global pandemic because that while that was a story, at the same time, everyone else was like, "We're trying to save the world right now." Peter and Kelly launched a YouTube channel on June 16th, 2020. They didn't have a combined one. That would have been a horrible idea. Peter and Kelly share they're moving to New York City in January and September. And then October 6, 2020, Hannah and Tyler released YouTube titled What Really Happened. And then Kelly and Peter break up December 2020. I don't even remember if I was discussing that. So I'm exhausted, by the way, and I didn't even make this. Hannah announced his boyfriend Adam on Valentine's Day of this year. Hannah, Tyler, and Peter. And that's the timeline breaking down the season that just keeps on giving. Mara says, I think we need more headboard jokes. I'll give you as many as I got. 1222 Dawn says, OMG, what did I miss? Well, we're just going through the timeline. You can rewind afterwards. Ashley S says, I'm living for this actual timeline. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to keep on going. It's ongoing. It seems, we're happy that Hannah's happy with her boyfriend. He obviously is not affiliated with Bachelor Nation. I think he's an actor. You know what's so funny? If I ever do get the chance to talk to Hannah, I want to say this. Hannah, who do you pick between a pilot, a musician, or a model? Who do you pick? The pilot, the music? Most people would say pilot, but I've always said this about pilots. It's like comics are road dogs, right? They bounce around. You should never, just assume that a comic would be a bad boyfriend. I'm not saying I am, but maybe a lot are, right? So, but pilots, they're in a new town every day. A pilot could easily have 5 different families and you wouldn't know the difference, is my point. Anyway, so that's that. And then, of course, after Bachelor Data posts this, Pilot Pete says, good work. Missing a few things, though. And it's like, Pilot Pete, you're missing a few things. Standards. I'm kidding, Pilot Pete. We like Pilot Pete. He's been a good sport in all of this. He's messaged me saying, hey, you ragged on me, but it was funny. I think he's got a good sense of humor towards it all. I think he's removed from the hurts that originally it must have felt. Like, he's kind of known as being one of the sloppier seasons, but at the same time, do you blame him or do you blame casting? You know what I mean? Is it his fault he is where he is in life? Not really. That's a casting issue. They knew what they were getting themselves into. We got some voicemails that's going to them. If anyone wants to leave a voicemail, 401-213-9828. Let's go to our next voicemail.
Hi, Dave. This is Susan in Washington, and hi to everybody around the world. Someone asked a question, who do you think Barb would like better, Hannah B or Hannah Ann? And I would say Hannah B, because she knows how her son felt about her. So I imagine that's why she was truly cool with the pancakes. Also, just quickly want to tell you, looked up the origin of Toys for Tots. It says it began in 1947 as a brainchild of Marine Corps Reserve Major Bill Hendricks. His wife had made some handcrafted dolls and asked him to deliver to an agency that supports children in need. When he found there wasn't such an organization, she said, start one. And so he started in LA with his reserve unit in 1947. His job was director of public relations at Warner Brothers Studios, and he knew many celebrities, including Walt Disney. And Walt Disney was a personal friend who designed the first Toys for Tots poster. That's the 3-car train and the Toys for Tots logo. So anyway, just a little background. That's the origin. Anyway, bye.
Thank you so much, Susan. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll get into we'll get into that so much more. I'm so looking forward to it. I like, just as a soft launch, I wanted to share that with everybody. And if you just joined the chat and weren't here earlier, we're talking about the and I'm not sharing the URL with this yet because I'm gonna, if you do plan on donating, just hold on to that money for another couple of weeks. We're gonna raise $10,000. Who knows? We might raise a bunch more than that, and it's gonna go to kids in need. And it's the Marines Toys for Tots charity. Has been around for a long time, and it's going to be something that I think daily we're going to be excited to see all the people that give and all the generosity that exists. Even, you guys know I've had some trolls on my page, and I was going back and forth with this troll. He's like, you're a failed comic. You mooch off of Tasha, which, first of all, the fact that the troll said that means that they listen to my stand-up comedy, because Tasha's never supported me. She's always, I've never needed her to support me. So clearly he got that from my stand-up comedy. So trolls are usually fans that have some sort of hate. The point is that I was like, look, I'll let you keep being a troll, but will you donate to my Toys for Tots fundraiser? And he said he would, or he or she. I don't know if it's a he or she. So I'm going to allow trolls, not in the comment section here because that's disruptive, but I'm going to allow people that don't like me, as long as they donate to the kids. Okay, who cares about me? You donate to them. All right, so that's the story of the timeline. Daenerys says, I like the background photo. I don't know if anyone cares about this, but this takes me about 25 minutes to make. Through Photoshop, I have 2 different layers of this same photo. I cut them out. I cut around each person, and then I change the background color, blur it up. I add an outer glow. It helps the image become more 3-dimensional, and it also takes away some of the background noise. And then I add this right here with an outer glow that's black. That way, it helps the text pop. So whenever you see a thumbnail, usually takes about a half an hour to make, sometimes more. And I actually kind of enjoy the process of making a thumbnail, trying to play with the visuals, what's going to make someone want to click on this video. And of course, that changes every video. But I try to, I usually include a little text bubble, an arrow, just very simple things for people if they're like, I wonder what I want to watch next. My video is like, me, watch me. Sammy says, what app do you use for photo editing? I use Photoshop. I also use Premiere Pro. It's the Adobe set. It's $55 a month, which is an actual substantial amount of money. If you think about it, it's like $600 a year. There's plenty of other free apps, but it gives you a lot of control to make very specific moves. I did not know how to use Photoshop. I couldn't even open up an image a couple years ago. I had to learn it all. It's very complicated. When you do start to learn it, it starts working a lot better. I got to tell you guys, and maybe I'll see if I can, you know what I'm going to do for you guys? I'm going to throw this. This might crash my computer, but hold on a second. I'm going to throw this in here. Check this out. I haven't even uploaded this yet. But this is coming up. We're lucky enough to get come on. Good morning.
Boarding 12:39. Takeoff 12:40.
You want to be my co-pilot?
I'll be your co-pilot.
Yeah.
All right, sure. Let's follow that guy right there.
Tasha Courtney, co-pilot.
Wow, that's cool up here.
So as you can see, there's a typo. This isn't live yet. I have to fix this. Sometimes when I'm editing, I can't see the text, but I messed something up. But this video is going to go live probably tomorrow, and I've got. This is a ton of fun. We went out to this like club that's in the water. Tons of fun. Here we are. Floating shoes.
All right, we're going out to the sand barge. Sandbar.
Look at this photography I made. All right, so anyway, this is coming out probably tomorrow on Tasha's YouTube, maybe the day after. And we went swimming with sharks. We had so many fun things that we did. I'll just show you the visuals. Obviously, this is 4K, so it's hard. Oh, the bum. There's the bum garden. This is hard to show in. It's showing up choppy, but it's actually a really high quality. And I just want to say this. So for those that are watching, we had planned to go to Belize. And yet, when we went to Belize, I'm trying to think of how to show you this part that I want to show you. When we went to Belize, one of our live stream members that's probably in the chat right now said, "Hey, I got a house in Belize. You should come stay there." And I was like, and I never met this person. I was like, "Oh, cool, yeah, whatever." And then I checked it out. I was like, "Oh, it looks pretty nice. It's a brand new home that they built." And here it is. I want to show this to you guys. Now, you're gonna have to promise that you're gonna watch the vlog on Tasha's channel, but I'm gonna show this to you guys. Okay? This is called Villa Tortuga. And if you're ever in Belize or ever looking for a place to vacation, this is what you want to do. Okay? Check this out, folks. It's gonna be a little choppy, but just check out this view. What a drone shot! All right, first stop, the truck stop.
We are here in San Pedro.
Day 2.
Day 2, and we are off to the truck stop, which is a cute little food truck inspired place. And they've got access, and we think it's going to be really nice. So
Just tell me when to gun it.
gun it, baby. Hold on for dear life.
All right, that's how you get. That's how you get. So yeah, Tasha was really happy. I just showed it to her. I was working on this over the weekend. It's a million different edits. It's a million different little things. If making one photo takes me 30 minutes, this takes a while. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm very excited to show the rest of our trip with you. We went with Tasha's family. But anyway, we got to stay at that beautiful location right there, and we got to really, I love vacationing with Tasha's parents. If you guys have followed my channel for a while, you know that I made probably 20 videos from Villa Tortuga. I was set up right on the porch. The sunrise was really early. It was like 5:15 every day. So I'd wake up with a cup of coffee, make a couple videos, chat with you guys, go swim with some sharkies. Life is good, folks. Literally, 2021 has just been amazing. So anyway, that will be available, and you can go to Tasha's page, Tasha Courtney, on YouTube, and you can go see that. And also, Tasha today released her fashion vlog. So she takes, and again, this is another thing. I'm going to share this with you guys, and then I'm going to do the Tasha story, and then I'm going to get out of here. But I want to share this with you guys. let me see if I can pull it up. We have a blog called We Are To Travels. Now, this is our travel blog. I don't really promote it much on here. I really should do a better job of it. Maybe when the new computer comes, it'll be a little easier to promote the visuals. But we have all of our travel that we do, and we share all of our photos, a lot of drone shots and different things. But Tasha's got this latest vlog out, and this is the blog version, but there's also a video on her YouTube channel, Tasha Courtney, and essentially every outfit that Michelle wears, Tasha will find similar looking clothes. Now, Tasha's a fit model. She knows everything there is to know about how clothes fit on you, how you wear things, why something fits good on your body versus somebody else's. There's no such thing as like a body that can't look good in clothes. It's just a matter of finding the right fit for you. Like me, denim and a hat. I got the right fit. I'm going to wear this till the day I die, maybe. So anyway, you can click on every one of these links and it'll take you to the clothes. And a lot of the outfits are a lot cheaper than what is worn on the show. So $269 dress. Here's a, one that's half the price. Some are more expensive. And then, black dress, kind of bondage looking thing, red dress, episode 1. So she goes through every single one. I mean, it's very time consuming, but I think she really enjoys finding outfits. So she handpicks every single one of these outfits and different things that you can wear. And a lot of people have commented that they've bought them. Now, a lot of, my audience is 90+% women. And if you like an outfit that Michelle's wearing and you're like, all right, let's see if I can find a version that fits good on me, by all means, be my guest. So we have a 40-minute video. And of course, I'm in the video with Tasha. I almost said Tasha. Tasha's next. Tasha's here. Never mixed her up in real life, just on the live stream. Alicia says you left a voicemail. Well, Alicia, were you here at the beginning of the live stream? I think I already played your voicemail. Tasha texted me. 1 second. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything important. She said package came. All right, we got stuff that's coming. Great. So anyway, that's the vlog. wearetodotravels.com, and you can go to YouTube, Tasha Courtney. I'll pull the YouTube up too, and it's a lot of content, but it's fun because, if you're into fashion or even if you wish you had better fashion, we've gotten a lot of people that have said like, hey, I wish, I'm not good. I don't have good fashion, but I wish I had better fashion. Well, I think just listening to Tasha talk, about fashion will do that, because I'll tell you what, for anyone who's listened even in the last 6 months, I've learned a lot more from Tasha talking about fashion. She's so casual about it. She's like, well, this, she's using all these terms. I'm like, what do they mean? So this is the video from today, how to dress like Michelle Young. And then there we are. And of course, it's some different looking things, kind of the same setup that I do here. And then a couple of weeks ago, we made best fall fashion trends of 2021 with Harry Potter. So the idea for this video was using the colors that are in Harry Potter from the different houses, how that could make for different fashion. Each house has like a different, like some are sporty or nerdy or different types, what clothes you might wear in that house. So there's a lot going on there. Let's see if we have any more voicemails, and then I'm going to play the Tasha bit. Last voicemail here. If anyone wants to call in, 401-213-9828, by all means.
Hey, it's Susan from Washington again. This is just super quick. This response to what you told us about that troll. And I want to say to you, and I tell you, every woman in your chat, every woman who follows you knows this. Tasha is a smart woman, and she knows you have every quality that makes an excellent and extraordinary boyfriend and husband. All right. Don't forget.
I appreciate that. And look, honestly, I'm the type of person who wants a compliment but doesn't like a compliment. You know what I mean? Like, I want it, but then I'm like, come on, what are you doing? No, I get it. But, every once in a while, it's like you'll get a troll under your fingernails and you'll feel the need to talk to him. I had this one troll that this is a while back. I really have disengaged for the most part, but every once in a while, if you're gonna comment something like "you're this, you're that, you suck," I'm going, all right, yeah, I'll take the bait every once in a while. But I don't really block them. I'll block them from the live stream because it disrupts you. But on the comment section, hey, it's whatever. But this one troll, he would DM, he would like send me text messages, a real violent, real low energy guy. And then he sent me a text message. He goes, yeah, he's like, I just like to mess around, whatever. No big deal. He's like, if you're ever in Florida, let me know. We can go hang out or whatever. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, like whatever. And I was like, all right. And I just played it off because I was like, I'd rather resolve the issue than anything. And then like a week later, he went back to trolling, and I was like, what the hell's wrong with you? Know what I mean? Like, it's just like you try. It's like if you don't know math and you just see like an algebra equation, you're like, what the hell is this? And that's what a troll is. It's an algebra equation. It needs therapy and attention and hugs from its mother, and that's all it is. They don't exist in real life. Not really. They really don't. All right, so let's get into this breaking news story, but maybe I'll set up this clip really quick. Hold on one second, folks. I'm trying to see if I can set up the live button. Let's see if that's not going to work. We'll just start from right here. All right, today's featured story in the afternoon live stream is actually Tayshia Adams. And again, I don't want to make a big story out of nothing. So I guess we can allow the room to speculate, but also respectfully, don't contact them, no DMs. But there was a photo that was posted on Reddit today of Tayshia attending the House of Gucci premiere without her engagement ring. Now I'm going to ask you guys right now in the live stream, if you do want to call in, what are your thoughts about Tayshia Adams not having an engagement ring as she goes out on a gala? I personally don't see the engagement ring as like, wear it all the time. Like, you forget it, you do this, you do that. But it can also be a statement. Like if things aren't going well, I'm taking it off. So what are your thoughts? Leave a voicemail, 401-213-9828. If you could call in right now, I would love to hear a short response to what do you think about Tayshia attending a premiere. I mean, it's one thing to go get a sandwich at the Einstein's Bagels down the road and forget your ring, but it's another to prepare to go out to some gala and not have your ring. So here she is, and some people thought, oh, maybe it's on the other hand, but it looks like the ring would be on this hand. Of course, she got out of the hospital. She was at the hospital late last week, days after her marathon for what ended up being, I believe, a kidney infection. And she said she needs to drink more water. What's this guy doing in the background with the dolly? He's just hanging out, delivering the tea, I guess. That guy he's like, hey, what does a guy look like delivering tea? He's just right in the back there. He's got the thing. Bring it on back. We got some more tea for you. Never-ending tea here on November 15th or 16th, whatever day it is today. Anyway, so I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. I'll read some comments from people. And again, we've had to deal with this several times in the past where Tayshia's had to address, I was getting my ring, Claire, I'm getting my ring resized. It's not a news story. We're fine. In whatever the case may be. But there has been a little bit of drama that I haven't reported. Zach sort of went... there were some threads about him endorsing, by endorse, I mean liking comments, tweets by Dave Portnoy, El Prez from Barstool, who has been under fire for some articles that were written about him. Several members high up in Bachelor Nation, Caitlin Bristow, maybe Jason Tartick, and some others have sort of sided with Dave Portnoy, at least by liking and endorsing his tweets, saying, hey, it was a hit job. He didn't do anything illegal, whatever the case may be. But obviously the people of Reddit were like, no, this is a little problematic. Whether you agree or disagree, it's really more about like, are there too many differences in their relationship? Tayshia, someone who hasn't shared anything political, barely, or controversial at all, not comfortable kind of doing that. You guys know I've, gently criticized her to be like, other people have paved a way for these sort of conversations to be happening, to have social commentary, conversations about the conditions that exist in our world, and you're just cashing the PPP check and not doing anything about it. But, everyone's got their time and their place to decide if they're going to have a voice and a say about things. And as a, guest host of the last 2 seasons of Bachelorette, she hasn't ruffled any feathers with anything specific. So anyway, we'll look right into this. By the way, Olivia says, my dogs are barking like crazy because of your backing up beeping sound. I'm so sorry. So many people have said that. I thought if I did it low, if I have it at this level, do they still bark? Who knew dogs, what do they think? The Kibble and Bits truck is backing up? Is Jed in driving? He's not only does he do the jingles, he's also the delivery guy. All right, so let's go to the comments. I will sort by best to see which comments are either the most controversial or the most supported. So let's sort by best here. And we'll see what people have to say about Tayshia not wearing her ring. Interesting catch. I wonder if it's significant or if she just left her ring at home, getting it cleaned, etc. I can't. But how often do people get their rings cleaned? You can buy for like $3 the ring cleaning. I think you're just supposed to clean them with like warm soapy water and just gently soak them, right? I don't know. What do I know? I can't wear my rings because my hands are swollen. Could be kidney infection, medication, water retention, her needing to not wear it for a bit. That could be the case. I mean, if my partner made me run a marathon, I'd break up with him too. She says, I'm entirely kidding. Don't at me. I don't think Zach made her run the race, but either way. Torn on this one. I think you don't make some kind of public hint at a breakup at a premiere by not wearing your ring. So maybe there is a legit reason you don't wear it. That may be a stretch and there could be trouble, but Tayshia is a professional at social media and also knows how Bachelor Nation is about them. So it seems like she would just wear it so people didn't speculate. That's a good point. If there actually was a problem, you would wear the ring just so you don't have to address the problem. And chances are, most likely, there isn't a problem. Torn on this. Love for dark hair. Given that she was so severely dehydrated that she was hospitalized, the ring is probably too loose to wear for fear of losing it. Don't use common sense here. Or she was on an IV and it made her hands swell. All right, I mean, that might be the case too. I mean, look, wouldn't it be great if we could like zoom in? I need enough pixelization. Don't zoom in on that. We're going to just zoom in on the hands and be like, are you bloated? Never did I think with my business degree that I'd be zooming in on someone's finger to be like, is she bloated? She's not wearing her ring. You know what I mean? Let's see what you guys are saying in the comment section. Tina in Slovakia says, so my boyfriend asked me to not wear my rings to bed, and sometimes I forget to put them back. Yeah, isn't it bad? I know there's like wedding ring etiquette. Let's go over here to it. Let's do this. Wedding ring etiquette. Wedding ring etiquette wearing. Let's see what the wedding band traditionally. Oh, I don't want that. Let's see if we can pull up the rules here because I should know these things. I'll tell you what though, to be honest, I'm not looking forward to wearing a wedding ring. I don't have a piece of jewelry, a tattoo, none of that. I mean, I'm sure once I get one, I'll like fiddle with it or whatever. It'll be fine. But I don't know. I feel like I've never worn one. I'm sure it'll take a little while to get used to. Should your engagement ring and wedding band match? How do you wear an engagement ring? Do you wear an engagement ring on your wedding day? When should you pick out your wedding bands? All right, these are stupid questions. Maybe I'm not going to find an answer. Red Crew said, saw a story that he was pushing her too hard at the marathon, which I don't think is true. If we can go, let me see if my Instagram is back. If you guys are in the live stream, you know my Instagram's been down. No, it looks like my Instagram's still down. I don't know what it is. Instagram's down on my desktop, so I can't see. But he encouraged her to run. She said she was excited to run. She said she didn't blame the marathon when it came to her sickness. None of that. So not really sure, if we can properly see any other motivation towards what might have been going on here. Let's see if we have any other voicemails regarding Tayshia. And if we do, let's see. I think we have a voicemail right here. Let's go to it.
Hey, it's Susan from Washington again. This is just super quick. This response to what you told us about that troll. And I want to say to you, and I tell you, every woman in your chat.
Did I already play that one? Sorry, that's an old one. Here it is. Sorry about that.
Hey, it's Alicia calling from NYC about Tayshia not wearing her ring. Actually, I do not wear mine very much. However, it's dependent on the person. So if in every other instance she's photographed, she's wearing it, and all of a sudden she's not, definitely a statement. But if there's other times where she hasn't worn it, then I don't really think it's a big deal.
Very nice. And then Terry says she never takes hers off. Tina says, I wear 3 rings now. I love wearing rings, but I'm also not planning on getting married, so I'll probably never wear a wedding or engagement ring. Yeah, the engagement ring, it just seems like it could be a lot to I mean, don't get me wrong. As a male, as a man who identifies, the wedding band seems pretty simple. I'm sure I'll get over it in a few weeks. I'm sure I'll take a lot of pride in wearing all that jazz, whatever. Ladies I'm gonna be flashing the ring, hit the like button, you know what I mean? Just bling, 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 totally. But, at the same time, I don't know what kind I'll get. I haven't really thought about it. Yeah, I haven't worn rings since I was in college when it used to be cool to wear rings. You don't want to see Ring Dave. You don't used to open beer cans with your rings. You guys remember that? Rain says I only take mine off to clean it. I don't think there's any other voicemails, and now's your chance to call in. So as far as the issue surrounding Tayshia, it doesn't look like, and I will check this out on my Instagram here, but it doesn't look like she's posted anything about it. Let's just double check and see. And I actually encourage her not to post about it. It's one of those things, if you feed the beast and comment on everything, and I get it, we're talking about it in the live stream, but if you feed the beast and always comment about it, it's almost like a control thing. People are like, oh, are they in trouble? And it's like, you want to pressure them to respond, and they're like, F you, I'm not going to tell if I'm in trouble or not. So it doesn't look like, she doesn't have any posts right now since her marathon, which she says, well, guys, I did it. I'm officially a marathoner. The past weekend was probably one of my most rewarding accomplishments yet. She goes through the whole thing. Everyone says, oh, you're an inspiration. She actually had a really good time. She had the support from Zach. So, far be it for me to think that their relationship is anything but fine. And until told otherwise, that's what I'm going to assume. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. All right, I'm at the hour and 4-minute mark. So it looks like I'm going to get out of here, folks. I'm going to clip up that last thing that I just made and fire it off as its own video. It's only 3 p.m. my time, so I think we can do one more video today. I think we got all the information we need to get out of this live stream. And let me know, is there anything else I need to tell you guys? Jen Murphy says, be prepared to get hit on more as soon as the wedding band is on. Hey, look. I actually don't get hit on. I don't get hit on often. You would think with stand-up comedy, when I was single, it was, do stand-up and then you'd meet someone, they saw your set, even if your set sucked, usually there was something, attractive. Like if a lady went to a stand-up comedy show, chances are she likes guys with a sense of humor, versus if a lady went to a rock show and she saw the bassist, she'd be like, all right, I'll let him pluck the G string. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I don't know. So let's see what we have here. I'm going to play some music for you guys, and we're going to call it a day. You guys ready to call it a day? Patriots are playing today, so I'm going to watch the Patriots game. I'm going to film some more Vlogmas content, and I'm going to finish editing that vlog that I showed with you guys earlier. Thanks for checking out that vlog with me. If you do enjoy the vlog you just saw, my vlog channel, again, I think I'm preaching to the choir here, but my vlog channel has a ton of vlogs that I believe have very fun music, very stupid and yet fun, off-the-cuff BS, road trip stuff. All those drone shots that you saw that I made, I shoot those with my tiny little drone. It's a ton of fun. I think you guys would enjoy it all. So go to Dave Neal Vlogs. You could go literally right from this video, and I'll show you guys right here. If you just search Dave... Oh, geez, this is why I need a new computer. My keys are all broken. Dave Neal Vlogs. If you just search that, and again, I need to really update my vlog channel. It says like a new vlog every Thursday, and it's like, listen, that ain't the case. But I'm trying to upload vlogs as much as possible, but we have 2,400 subscribers, and that's where all the vlogs are. So I need to do a better job promoting these, because I really do think, while my Bachelor channel is the more successful thing right now, I do think in the long run, it'll be very safe to have a vlog channel that it has a bigger potential audience. How much my Bachelor recap channel has grown, I made a video about that. We made a video, some old videos when I got stitches a couple of years ago. Here's a video I made right before the pandemic about don't rent out your time, getting a flat tire on a cross-country road trip, my full home tour, how my car battery was stolen for the 4th time, neighborhood fireworks, which was a fun one, my home studio setup, which has changed a lot since I made this, visiting my friends with drones, new bedroom tour. That's right, folks, do-it-yourself patio setup. Yeah, if you see right here, this is us rolling out the turf in the backyard, all that jazz. A day in the week in the life of a stand-up comedian. I made this right before the pandemic hit, and of course all of the Christmas vlogs. Starbucks taste test, do-it-yourself soap, 1 sip, surprise delivery from our friend Susan. She had pizza ordered for me. Susan, you're the reason I need to go on a diet. You give me too much pizza. I appreciate it. I'm only kidding. I appreciate it so much. Lauren says, let's get Dave to 47,000 tonight. I will give you guys a live count of where my channel is right now, and then I'll get out of here. Willie Billy with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. And thanks again on Tuesday for the $300 donations I got from Derek, Natalie, and Angel. You guys each donated $100. It's just insane. Just insane. So I'm going to share with you guys how many subscribers I have right now. We might get to 47,000 tonight. I don't think that's going to happen, but it'll be within the next day. So here's where we are, 46,915. Do me a solid, double check and make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, just tap that subscribe button. Susan says, you'll learn so much about Dave and the old vlogs. They're all so much fun. So for Vlogmas, I'll have 24 straight days of Christmas vlogs. The days that I don't have vlogs will be live streams on my other account where we'll be doing decorating, smoking some weed, drinking some wine, hanging out, cookies, scented pine cones, glue guns. Oh, I got the glue gun. I'm the Kyle Rittenhouse of glue guns. All right, folks, what the hell? Oh my gosh. Oh, that is, sometimes I do jokes just for me. That is the funniest thing I think I've said all year. Oh my gosh. Wow. Hey, you know what? I find humor in some dark places right there, but bring out the glue gun. My buddy bought it for me. It's crossing state lines. Hit the like button. I'm going to get out of here before one of you guys goes, too far, Dave. Is it ever? All right, folks. I don't have a song queued up, so give me a second while I pull up some music here. And let's go to some epic music. And I will talk to you guys later on. Thanks so much. I'm going to clip up that Tasha video next, throw it online, and if people watch it, they watch it. But I appreciate you guys. It's been a very busy couple days. Thank you so much. Hey, Terry, that's one of my favorite vlogs, too. Thanks so much for watching that. Deborah's using a glue gun. Be careful. Boy, this song's epic. Five, 6, 7, 8. Patreon live stream Saturday morning. Yeah, we had a fun one today. We had a lot of jokes.
Push the like button.
Hey, Rain, sometimes comments are better left unsaid. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.